Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers Masterpiece review. I finally managed to secure myself one of my personal grails, the Transformers MP-13 Death Strong Communications Officer Soundwave. Big thanks to the guys at Robot Kingdom for hooking me up with this guy. I know I'm late to join the party, but wow, what an amazing figure. Just taking a look around the box on this guy. On the front here we've got that really nice pose for Soundwave there, pressing his eject button. You've got Beak. I've got all of the cassettes, all bar Beak. You couldn't get him on his own. I'm so glad he came with this. You've got him flying out there. You've also got that fantastic Walkman kind of cassette player mode at the base there. Taking a look around the box, if we turn it on its side, we just got the Transformers Masterpiece, you've got your Soundwave. On the back here we've got a lot of text. I have no idea what this says. If somebody wants to translate it for me, fantastic. If not, I can live without that. You've got the fact that Beak can perch on Soundwave's arm. You've got, I can store 3 cassettes. You've got Beak in cassette form, Beak on his shoulder. You've also got on here, it says you've got the Energon Cube that come with it. You've got his blaster. You've got Megatron as well. You've got the gun mode for Megatron. You've also got the schematics, which basically they're a printout in the instructions. I'm going to scan those and actually print them. And they fit into the chest piece. You then got a piece that pegs over. And so basically he's got the schematics for the arc, etc. Because he used to play some video on that on his chest in the actual program, didn't he? Then again, you've got the cassette mode. And this is actually a 1:1 scale, which is really nice. So you can, say if you had a Transformer in your hand or something in the shop, you think, would he scale with it? Put him up alongside there. Yes, he would. I've got this guy because, like I say, he was a holy grail for myself. At the top, it's just got Soundwave on there. And on the bottom, it's basically saying, don't eat the toys, you're going to choke. Yeah, I've got the transistor from KFC coming soon, and I've also got the Megatron from X-Transbot. So I really needed some Masterpiece Decepticons. And which better Masterpiece Decepticon to start with, but none other than Soundwave. So let's crack him out of the box and take a look. Like all Takara Masterpiece figures, he comes in this really nice plastic clamshell, although it might need to just have slipped a little bit inside there, but the actual figure itself, everything is held into place really nicely. He looks glorious, doesn't he? Even just inside that clamshell, you can see just how good he looks. Really large Megatron. Is that the same one that come with the MP-01? Possibly. And of course we've got Beak and the very nice pink cassette case. Now I'm not really sure why they decided to release Rat-Bat in a clear cassette case, because all of the other Decepticons have the pink case. Now we also get not one but 2 Masterpiece cards with this guy. You get Soundwave, and of course we got Condor, which is how we know him as Beak. We get slight instructions here just telling us how we use the eject button on him, how we can put 3 cassettes in him and how they pop forward. And then we get a really nice instruction manual. That's one thing they do really well with these Takara Masterpieces, are the instruction booklets. We get really nice detailed step-by-step guide. And then of course we also at the back here get the schematics, which I'm going to scan in and print off, and we also get a rundown on what we've had in the past with Soundwave, going from the G1 all the way through to the Transformers Prime. Wow, he really has changed in appearance, hasn't he? That G2 Soundwave looks fantastic. Anyway, enough about the packaging and the instructions. Let's crack this guy out of his plastic prison and take a look at how good he is. Oh my, what a stunning, absolutely stunning figure. I've seen a lot of reviews on this guy, and he's always looked good in the videos, but wow, I'm blown away. He is really nice. He is basically ripped directly from the cartoon. I decided to go for the Takara version. The only difference really between the two is the visor. I missed the Toys R Us exclusive of Soundwave, which had the yellow visor, but I wasn't overly fazed by that. I always wanted the red visor. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to do like a third-party visor for the Hasbro release. And I saw this on the Robot Kingdom webpage, and I thought, I've got to have it. I have got to have it. And I'm so glad I got him. He just looks absolutely phenomenal. I never had the Generation 1 Soundwave. The nearest thing I had was the oversized knockoff. So you can see, going from this to this, it's a big jump for me, and I really am blown away. I am so impressed. Wow. Takara need to give themselves a big pat on the back. Now he also comes with Condor, stroke, Laser Beak, and his pink cassette case. Oh, you know what? I miss cassettes. As much as I love the MP3s and the iTunes downloads, I really miss cassettes. There's nothing better than sticking a mixtape in that you've done yourself, or you have to. You're recording off the radio. You had the charts, and you had to pause it as soon as the song stops because you don't want to get any of the talking in. Anyway, yes, Laserbeak, Soundwave in his chest. Laserbeak goes in. You can just about make out the outline there. Trigger on top. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Laserbeak himself, pretty straightforward to transform. First and most difficult part of this is getting your nails under the beak and just popping that head up and just pulling that section forward like so. I'm going to come to the sides. I'm just going to flip these sections over. See, I love this. I love how they've incorporated all of these into the one tape. I remember when you had the original, you used to have the bolt-on sections, didn't they? They used to just clip on and add on to it. Oh, gone are those days. Engineering now just really, really impresses me. Flip out these wings. Again, this side, flip it up. Everything's so compact and folded in so precisely. Like so. You've got the little feet under there. Just bring those down. And rotate those round. That one down. Whoop. Come on, down you go. Very, very tight joints. And rotate that one round. You can then bring these wings down. Come on, down you come. Oh, so satisfying. Like that. Oh. That's pretty much him. Isn't he gorgeous? Flip this up. Flip this up. Like so. That is Laserbeak stroke Condor. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful figure. Extremely impressed by that. There's also a very small camera on his head, but there. If you can just see that, click that up. See if I can get that into focus. There we go, you can just about see that on top of his head there. Absolutely love this. There is a downside. His head does not rotate. It goes up and down on this hinge just behind the neck. I would like to be able to just rotate, maybe put this neck on a ball. So rather than having the hinge there, have a ball joint, and then he could look left and right. Because, I mean, he's got back and forward motion, he's got up and down motion on the wings, he's got a lot of rotation on his feet. It just would have been nice to have his head so it could tilt, so he could kind of lean sideways. I just think that would have worked a little bit better. If you have a Laserbeak or Buzzsaw or Ratbat, they all have these grooves on their feet. And you can just pop those, line the grooves up, and you can just pop those onto the arm. They also fit onto the forearm. So again, you see there's these lovely grooves. You can have the forearm up, and there's this nubbin just here. The nubbin will fit into those grooves on the feet, and he can just sit on his arm like so. He can talk to him. It's like, "Hi, Laserbeak, how you doing?" And you know, like you do. Here he is in his 360 glory. I mean, I love the fact we can store his concussion blaster and the sensor just on the back there, keeping them all out of the way. I think that's a really, really nice touch. He really is a beautiful figure. I love the paint applications. I love the use of die cast in the feet there to get a really, really sturdy base for having him to stand. The use of the dark blue, it's a gorgeous colour. Very, very G1. And again, I really love that red visor. I think the red just works better because you've got the red that flows through on the concussion blaster, the red on the arms, the red on the shoulder cannon. It just really does work. I love the use of the chrome paint as well, the play, rewind buttons. It's such a nice nod and it really works. I mean, look at the detailing highlighted on the back here. This really is a true masterpiece. I mean, Soundwave, in my opinion, looks absolutely amazing in his bot mode. Yes, I haven't got Buzzsaw out. Buzzsaw's still back in my box for him. I was never a fan of Buzzsaw. I never really remember seeing him in the cartoon. He never really stood out for me. I mean, Ratbat was quite prominent in Season 3. You got Frumble, again, kind of appeared Season 2-ish, wasn't he? Then you had like Ravage and Laserbeak more through Season 1 and then Season 2. Don't really recall Buzzsaw at all, but so yeah, I do need to get one of those nice plastic displays so you can have all of these tapes kind of coming off from around Soundwave. Just quickly covering the accessories that come with Soundwave. You've got an empty Energon Cube, it's got a lid on top there. Pop the lid off, and there's a groove just inside the chest section here. You want to just pop that in, and he's like filling out his Energon Cubes. Would really like that done in the same pink that we got with the cassette tapes, but needs must. Or maybe one with a light and like a pink LED light in there glowing, kind of a pinky purple. That'd be really nice. And of course we also get the schematic section here. You put the printout that was that I said I was going to copy from the back of the instructions. You get that, you print it out, you pop that on the inside here, and then you can just cover it up like so, and of course you've then got that picture on the chest there. Although it does make the chest stick out just a little bit. I'm not a great fan of how much that sticks out. And of course we've got the sensor accessory, which is plugged in just above his butt. Just want to pop that out. And you've got the concussion blaster, which again is just plugged in there on his shoulder. You can just pop that out like so, and just a tab that plugs in here. The concussion blaster is very straightforward. It's just a matter of sliding this section open like so. You can then flip down the handle like that. Most Masterpiece figures, they have these grooves which go in the inside of the hands. And of course we've got the tip of the gun. Just want to slide that out like so. There we go. Very G1. Very nice indeed. If you look at the hands, they are actually individually articulated, although I'm actually really looking forward to getting those KFC hands that come with transistor. That there just slides in there into the groove, plug that in and bend the finger, etc. back over. And there's one in his hand. Now if you come around to this hand, you can see that we've got a flap here. You can flip this flap, flip the flap around, bend the hand round, plug that back in like so. You can then come round to the sensor, which I never ever remember him using in the cartoon. Looks more like a flamethrower, doesn't it? But here we go. That's him with his weapons all weaponed up. And Megatron in gun mode can be held quite comfortably by your larger Masterpiece figures. Let's just quickly cover Soundwave's articulation, shall we? The head, up, down, left and right. The shoulders are on a nice swivel there. You get a nice range of movement there, left and right. If you untab this section at the side there, you've also got a little bit of kind of butterfly hinge there, but it does look a bit ghastly being bent out. You've got an upper bicep swivel, you've got a double jointed elbow, so you've got a really nice range of movement there. The fists themselves are on a rotation. You've got a hinge for these three fingers here, and you've got a separate hinge with a ball jointed trigger finger. And we've got a static thumb. We have a waist swivel, so you can get a groove on. We have a ratchet forward. Really nice range of movement there. And ratchet, does it go backwards? No, the ratchet doesn't go backwards. Well, you can rotate these round, can't you? You can rotate the thighs round. There is a ball joint there as well, so we can kind of move on the ball joint up, and you do have some rotation on that ball joint in the hip. Now I've seen that the people have swapped these round. They've kind of rotated this round like so, because you see the ball now moves and you can rotate there. So you now got the ratchet out to the side and you've now got a ball which allows you a little bit more forward and backwards motion. But I prefer it with the joint at the front there. You've got a nice joint at the knee. You do have a broken knee swivel. Yeah, if that's what takes your fancy. And you do have a pivot on the foot, and there's plenty of play there. You've got a little bit of rocking motion there on the feet as well. Just to give you guys an idea of size, Soundwave is just a little tiny bit shorter than the MP10. I don't have any other Decepticons to really scale in with, so he's surrounded by Autobots and a little bit out of his depth. Now, to get Mr. Soundwave transformed, what we need to do, first of all, we need to remove any weapons that we've put on him. We can just unplug that from his hand and close up his fist. What we need to do what we did with the other hand. We just need to flip that inside. So bring that round, make sure it's square, flip that back round. And if I come back to this hand, I can just remove this section from the hand. Flip this back tab down like so. Come around to the head and just rotate that head back round. He's like, "Ooh," and then pop that back over like so. Get the cannon, rotate that on a rocking hinge that goes down and situates to the side like so. Bring back the cannon and place that back in that port. I do tend to struggle slightly with lining this up because it's a very fiddly tab. Let's just pop that in and apply a fair bit of force to there. And there we go, that looks kind of even-ish, doesn't it? There's a small tab just here, you can see the pin there. Just flip open that tab, like so. And with that tab open, I'm going to grab this arm, and there's a section that pulls away just in the chest. Pull that away, and that flips over, and that just covers up the top of those shoulder sections. Soundwave's groin is on a slider section. Just going to grab the top section and pull from the bottom, and oh yeah, do you see that pull forward? From the bottom here, just pull this and lift up these side leg panels. And with the hips facing forward still, rotate the lower leg. Rotates just above the knee there, like so. You can then bring this leg up. You may have to support the joints here because they are very, very heavy with the die-cast feet. And bring said die-cast feet round like so. The die-cast toes, we're going to bring those round. There's a hinge just on the base of that. What's it going to do? It's going to sit underneath this nub in there. It's going to sit under there nicely, and then there's a little tab just in here. That's going to plug into the actual top of the toe. So that's going to plug in like so. So it's nice and tidy. Next step, you want to rotate the leg up at the knee, and you're thinking, oh, that's well out of position, and you physically can't force that down. There's a release button. You press the release button, and that now allows you to compress this leg section. So pop that down. Then when you push it in, there's a tab just inside there. Can you see it? Just there, and tab just there. You want to line that up, and you hear that really nice, successful click. Come around to the back here. You want to rotate this so the silver section's on the outside. You then want to, if you put pressure on this blue section, you want to move this lower hinge down like so. It's probably the easiest way of doing this. It's then going to bend again. It's a double hinge, so you want to pull it round again. And as you can see, this section, with a little bit of force, it's quite a tight hinge. It's just going to rotate round like so, and slot in there nicely, covering up all the side panels like so. Just make sure everything is clicked in together. Next, you want to get the buttons. You want to pull this section up. There's these sections on the bottom here. You want to pull those forward like so. You can then split this section open, bring it round like so, bring that round like so. You can then push this section back down like that. Then this entire section here is actually on a slider. You want to apply pressure to the bottom end, slide that up, making sure it all tabs into place. There we have him in his glorious tape mode. You've got the volume button. It doesn't actually rotate. I thought that might have rolled a little bit, but it doesn't. You've got the adjustment knobs there. You've got what looks to be like a headphone socket. You've got where the plugs can go in. Kind of a small amount of paint blemishes, but all in all, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I do love the rewind and fast forward. The play button doesn't actually push in, but the rewind, and you've got a record there, you've got your left and right. Again, you've got a fader on the side here. That does move. Oh, that's fantastic. Really, really nice. And then you've got a headphone jack at the top here. A lot of people have complained about the back of Soundwave. Nobody's ever going to see the back of Soundwave. It's this small void here, which I think people are a bit disappointed with, but I don't care for it. It doesn't bother me at all. At the end of the day, that is Soundwave. That is how he has always been since the 80s. It is nigh on perfect. Thank you, Takara. Let's not forget that Soundwave is also a cassette player. I've only got 2 cassettes in here at the moment, but you can actually fit 3. And what you do, there's the button on the back here, that launches the cassette to the front. You then press the eject button, and it comes out. You see where Ratbat is at the moment? He's lodged back there. You press that button, and there we go. Awesome. Oh, what an amazing piece. If you still haven't got your Masterpiece Soundwave and you're incredibly slow like myself, then head on to Robot Kingdom by clicking the link in the description below, and they still have some in stock. Get them while you can. Don't forget, we've got the KFC transistor coming up soon, and who better to battle Blaster than his arch nemesis, Soundwave. From myself and MP-13, Takara, Soundwave, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, goodbye.